do our 3, 2, 1. Welcome back to another episode, guys. It is our season finale. Isn't that crazy? Crazy to think of. We are in another month has gone by. It kind of just flew by us. I'm excited. I'm excited to move forward, continue learning, doing a lot of, more podcast related activities, because I quickly found last weekend that I was able to, go out, spend money, go to a bar because I need content. So definitely excited to go, see some new things, see some new experiences here on Denver, and get into the community as it is. But with that, there's some housekeeping rules. I am going to be releasing clips. So those are the clips that you see going on Instagram or TikTok. Those ones are usually released every Wednesday. So today's Wednesday when I'm recording. There will be one Instagram reel and TikTok being released by the end of today. And that usually will be of the previous week's episode, just so that way you guys can be interacted and see what I'm posting. Because I know not everyone checks the Sunday, live episode when I do upload it. But that is that. And then new episodes are always going to be on Sunday. So by the end of Sunday, there's going to be a new episode. So yes, that is the housekeeping. That is what I wanted to just put out there, just so you know. If you don't see me active for the whole week, I am probably busy doing other shit. I'm not like Joe Rogan, or I'm not like Bert Kreischer or Tom Segura, Theo Vaughn, where I can just dedicate everything to podcasting. Okay? But with that, let's get into the episode. All right. All right, let's get into the episode today. As you saw me, I'm checking my emails. Check our emails. I'm checking my emails since I do get bombarded with emails quite often now that I'm back in school. All good. My grades are in the grade book. All right, let's get into it. Well, this last weekend, on the 17th of September, we had the Canelo and Triple G fight. There was the third rematch. This is the third time they are fighting and finally putting an end to the glorious trilogy of Triple G versus Canelo. So I ended up going to Dave & Buster's. I didn't buy the pay-per-view because, I'm not going to buy that shit. That's just like, what, $64, $75? So I decided to go to one of those large conglomerate bars. Sorry, local bars. I love going to you, but you guys just don't carry some of those pay-per-views. So I went to one of those huge bars. I went to Dave & Buster's and bought a couple beers just so they wouldn't tell me to fuck off. And I watched the fight. Now, great being back in the atmosphere of, just really seeing the fight live and then being surrounded by a bunch of people who you don't really know is kind of a beautiful thing. So I got there. It was like 3 or 4 hours before the main event, and I watched the first three fights. First one was a good one. Can't lie, pretty good. But I don't know who won. I forget the names. It was a pretty clear match. The second one I didn't watch because I ended up meeting the guy that was next to me. We ended up talking about some silly shit throughout the whole fight. So yes, it was definitely fun. And then once we got to the main card, ooh, it was a show. I'm just thankful I got there earlier because there was nothing. There was no seats, no servers. All the servers were pissed. So definitely recommend if none of your friends are playing the fight and you have a couple, hours to spend, definitely I would check that out or call your local bars. That's also what I did. I called all my local bars, seeing if they were going to play the fight. They all directed me to Dave and Buster's. And yeah, definitely fun. I would love to go see one of those live. Definitely, if we have it in the budget, that may be some content. I may be able to put some racks down, you know what I'm saying? Put some racks. Go watch a fight live in Las Vegas? Hell yeah. I'd put that money down. So, yes, I would. I definitely enjoyed the fight. I think it was pretty clear. There's no doubting that Canelo lost. But hey, there's always those freaking anarchist people. No, but Triple G. Shut up. Just, yeah, no. So, that was Saturday. And then into that, what else? What else? What else? Yes, we are getting ready for my brother's wedding, as I mentioned in the last episode. My brother is getting married for sure. I confirmed. It's like, no, that's been in the books. So, just getting ready for that. And this weekend is the Bachelor Party. So, shit is gonna go buck wild. That may have to be postponed, the story time or the episode dedicated to just that, because I know it's gonna be wild. I know we're gonna get into some weird shit. Uh, yes, so I'm excited. The plan now. Let me just brief you guys. The plan now is go eat before. So this is around 6 or 7 p.m. 6 or 7 p.m. Eat probably steakhouse most likely because it's some men shit. And then we're gonna go start with the bars. I don't know where. Go to the bars, do some bar hopping, go, bar, and then after that we end the night until midnight one. We end the night at a strip club. We're gonna see some ladies do the dance, whatever. So yes, it's kind of like tradition, I guess. We gotta do it. Plus, that's the only place that's gonna be serving alcohol after midnight. So that is another logical reason. So that's another reason why we're gonna be going there. So from 6 to 2 a.m. basically 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 1, 2. That is 8 hours. No, 9 hours of drinks, partying, and going hard. Right. So I'm designated driver. I have school shit to do the next day, so I'll gladly take that. Probably gonna be getting some of my nicotine devices just to stay alert, stay alive, and having a good time. But yes. All right, sorry about that, ladies and gentlemen. My lights keep going out, even though I did pay the electric bill. Unfortunately. Okay. Oh, I don't know if anyone else saw, but in Mexico there was a pretty big earthquake a couple days ago, and on the 19th, I believe. So the huge significance is that is it was a 7.4 or 7.5 seismic or no, 7.5 magnitude earthquake in Michoacan. So probably the first time, I'm guessing, they've experienced a earthquake of that magnitude. But yeah, crazy to see the videos. People are in shock. They don't know what to do. I wouldn't know what to do either. Yeah, I wouldn't know what to do either. And so since it hit all the way in Michoacan, there was, residual earthquakes all over the country. And crazy, there was another earthquake in Mexico City. Mexico City. Now, the significance towards that is because in 85, there was a huge earthquake that killed, I don't want to say hundreds of thousands, but it did kill at least 100 people. And it was probably bigger than that. My dad actually had just, I believe, was leaving or was living in Mexico City when that earthquake hit, and he said it was just a complete shit show. But this new earthquake just hit on the anniversary of that original earthquake, and there was another one in 2017 that was also around the same time. So crazy stuff. Definitely checked in with my dad to see if all of his family is good. Said it wasn't that big of a deal for others, but in Michoacan, definitely it's kind of affecting them pretty hard right now. But yeah, crazy stuff to see. I don't know what I would do if I was in an earthquake. I guess it's pretty common for Californians. Who else? Texans maybe? No, probably not. But no, yeah, definitely. I wouldn't know what to do. I wouldn't even know what it feels like, to be honest. Earthquakes kind of scare the shit out of me. I guess the rule is just get under your desk and pray for the Lord. The Lord. But, whoo. Yeah, prayers to all those people out there. And then, I got some more excuses to get out of the house now. Since I went to Canelo fight last week, and then this week we're going to be doing The Bachelor. I actually saw on Instagram there was a comedy show. And maybe some of you have heard it. It's called the Don't Tell Comedy. So the idea behind all this is that there is no idea of who's going to be performing, where it's going to be at, and I think the only information you're given is that it's in a general area, so Union Station, don't know where, and it's going to be at 8 p.m. So it's a late show, right? So that is going on this week, and I'm excited because I don't know. Colorado is known, or Denver is known for being sort of a comedy hotspot. Joe Rogan loves to come here. Bert Kreischer loves to come here. Tom Segura, Joe Rogan. A lot of these other comedians love coming here. So, I don't know. I may get a surprise appearance by one of these guys. But, yes, it's going to be exciting. It's actually tomorrow now that we're recording. I'm going to that tomorrow. And, whoo, it's going to be, I'm like jittery. I'm nervous. I don't know what to expect. But, yeah, definitely this next month is going to be a good one for comedy as well. Because I actually invited my brother. I bought my brother tickets to the Theo Vaughn comedy show. And I think it's at the Fillmore or something like that. It may be sold out. The tickets sold out pretty quickly. So, yeah, definitely get to see, some live shows, some live... and this is where I get to, actually step out of being just a student that lives on campus and does campus shit. Now I can actually move into, adulting type stuff, going to bars, all this cooler stuff. Because, yeah, I get it. My first 2 years wasn't able to go to, clubs, bars, and stuff like that. But now I'm liking it. Especially going alone, you get to meet new people. You get to see new shit. see new experiences, and get into rabbit holes of people that you never knew or expected to get into. So definitely excited to that, and especially now that I'm at DU, I have this different relationship with the school itself. It's just going to my classes, getting my shit, and leaving. Last year it was a lot different. I'd stay there. I would be very communal. I'd love to spend time on campus now. Not so much. I'm trying to avoid being on campus as much as I can. Since I do feel a little out of place now. I think the on campus is really meant for, undergraduate students. Great. First and second year, great. You guys are getting accustomed, getting all the resources. Cool. I fucking love that, right? But now I think I'm ready to get on my own. If I need the resources, obviously I'm going to come back to campus. I need to come back for classes anyway. So I'm not completely divorcing myself from campus, but definitely taking a new approach, taking new steps towards it. But yeah, I've been liking that distance a little bit, even though I go back to do my homework every day since the Wi-Fi is a lot better. We'll get into that later. Another one. Oh, I would love to, if if I had the opportunity, if I had, and if it's in the budget, I would definitely make a business expense to go to Texas, to Austin, Texas, and go to one of those live shows and maybe even try and fucking get up there. So if you don't know what the Kill Tony podcast is, it's basically an open mic podcast, but it's live. That's the whole idea of the show. They have cameras rolling. They have people. They have hosts, like comedic hosts that sit at a table similar to this, and they basically allow people to do a 1 minute 60-second set uninterrupted. And since it is an open mic, you get a lot of people that don't know what they're doing, or some that do. It's just a variety of all different types of personalities. And they have some regulars, they got to make a show out of it. But yeah, so you basically, if you want to sign up, you put your name in a hat. If you don't, you just enjoy the show. Whatever's going to be there is going to be there. And yeah, it's pretty interesting. But if I had the opportunity, and if it is a possibility in the budget for this year, I would definitely make a trip out there, try and put some material together. That would be freaking awesome. Put some material together and see how it goes, test it out, and then just make it as content, whatever. Fuck it. That gives me an excuse to get out of the house, see new things, and then talk to you guys about it. Yeah, so I would definitely love to do that. But let's get into the real stuff, right? It's getting into spooky season, ladies. So, as you know, this is where you get your dad bod. Yeah, I'm right here. Get yourself a dad bod so you guys can cuddle, because this is the season of the cuddles. All right, it's cuddle season. As the weather drops, the titties as well. Dun, dun, dun. No, I'm just playing. But yeah, no. All these girls are going to be wanting to take to pumpkin patches. They're going to want to buy their pumpkin spice lattes. They're going to be wanting to, have deep conversations about your crystal sign, or your, what are they called? Your star sign. Astrological sign. They're going to be wanting to have those conversations. So this is our time to shine, fellas. Pack that weight on. Put that sweater on. Eat that cheeseburger. Enjoy yourself, playa. You don't have to conform to summer bod anymore. This is the time to be alive. But also, I've taken the opportunity to hop on those Tinder apps. Woo! Man, when I tell you, there is a load of everything for everyone on those apps. Let me just say that. If you don't think you'd find what you're into, you definitely find it on Tinder, because there's everything and anything. Um, just a whole bunch of different personalities come on an app together and kind of decide, hey, I'm single. And yeah, it's kind of cool. It's definitely been like a research experiment, I will say the least, because every other day I'm like changing pictures, rearranging them, changing my bio, seeing what works. And clearly, right now, I found that taking out obviously shirtless mirror selfies, they don't like that. I literally had that picture on for like a good 4 days. As soon as I took it off, got a match. So that tells me a lot. So also, for all you gentlemen that are on the Tinders, on the apps, on the grinders, on the Bumbles, also putting a joke. Create something. Just think of something funny. Think of an experience. Like for me, I think I had. I grew up fat. Yeah, that's what it was. I grew up fat. So you know I have a sense of humor. Shine. And yeah, it didn't work. So definitely don't do that one. Uh, what do I have now? I think it's. Um, let's get into some wild experience. Let me actually read it to you, and actually give me some suggestions, ladies, if you're out there listening. So I got. Let's get into some weird shit and have a cool story we can share in 15 years. A little deep, a little risque, a little whatever you wanna however you wanna interpret it. It can be seen as that way. But yeah, so that's what I've been on trying to see if this, because the whole thing now is I want to get into some weird experiences where I can have some cool ass stories. Just like I said, have some cool stories in 15 years. Maybe you could be a comedian. So that's what I've been on, getting on those apps, seeing crazy shit, meeting crazy people, and being a part of the crazy. So I love it. I don't know if I should go on. Well, I don't. Here's another thing about these apps. I don't want to get another one because I know Bumble's another option, another alternative. I don't want to get it because Tinder already seems to be taking a lot of my time. Because throughout the day I'll be thinking of stuff like, oh, how can I rearrange these 6 pictures that I have, or how can I take a better picture, or it's already taken a lot of hard drive, a lot of bandwidth throughout my day to kind of categorize and work the algorithm on Tinder. That if I add another one, then I'm just gonna become less productive, even though I already am becoming less productive on this one. So definitely I would like to just stay with Tinder because I don't want to get too crazy and kind of take away my own time. But definitely on the Tinder apps, want to see some crazy shit. So if you're on there and you would potentially swipe right, right? Swipe right. Hit your boy up, right? Hit your boy up. Yeah, so definitely trying to have a good time with that. Just trying to see how, just appreciate the beautiful women of this basically state, this county, this region. It's definitely, I will say, another thing. I will say that on Tinder, our Latinas are lacking. I don't know if it's just a pride or an ego thing. You don't want to be on the apps. I get it. I get it. Whatever. But it's a lot of our, what you might call some snow bunnies, your white girls, your cowgirls, stuff like that. So that is one thing that I've noticed. Maybe I'd get into some new things. Maybe I'd get into, different experiences, which is all I'm for. I'm all for it. We're all here for a good time. Don't want to have a bad time. But I will say, I don't get it. What's going on? These Latinas, mis Latinas, ¿qué está pasando? I don't know what it is. Voy a tratar, neta, yo quiero tratar de hacer un episodio completamente en español. A ver qué me sale, en qué salimos y en qué vamos a hacer. Porque obviamente, si no eres mexicano, no puedes escuchar. No, no te creas. Imagínate, si nomás les digo, güey, si no eres nopal, no puedes poner el pinche podcast. ¿Sabes por qué? Porque siempre se llevan todas las cosas buenas. Pinches güeros, no, no te creas. Pero, we got a little bilingual. Yes, I think we're gonna try and wrap this one up. There was a little bit of technical difficulties on this one. Um, First, thank you guys for a season starting off, getting into the trials and tribulations of what it is to make a podcast and become a program director, if you will say, because gotta make a program, gotta make a good show. Still working on that. Don't have a good show, as you can tell. There's not millions of followers just yet, but this is obviously the first step. We need to get there. And yeah, thank you guys for a wonderful first season. All those that have been supporting me and telling me to keep going. I'm excited to continue on with this. And definitely getting more personalities of the people that I know and see if that will hit around the people that, I follow and go to school with. So we're going to be trying that here in the next couple of weeks and trying some new stuff. As always, if you have Tinder, Instagram, hit me up. Hey, trying to sneak those in, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, check us out on Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, and Spotify. We're on all those. And yeah, enjoy your weekend. I'll definitely be enjoying mine. Let's get into the weekend.